Social Security cost of living adjustment will only be 2.5% in 2025, which could be problematic. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Matthew Kazin titled, Social Security cost of living adjustment will be 2.5% in 2025, less than prior year. According to the author, the Social Security Administration on Thursday announced that the cost of living adjustment for 2025 will be 2.5%. Benefits on average will increase by roughly $50 per month starting in January. In 2024, beneficiaries received a 3.2% adjustment. Here are my thoughts. My friends, this really disturbs me. $50 more per month on average is not going to help retired people who are struggling financially. That's about $600 more in income per year. Think about the millions of retired people who have seen their home insurance increase by thousands of dollars. Think about all of the people who have seen increases to the cost of their medication. Think about how much more expensive food has gotten at the grocery store, or how much it costs to get the car repaired now. In my opinion, this small 2.5% cost of living adjustment should be a wake-up call to everyone in America. You can't rely on the government to take care of you in old age. I understand Social Security was never designed to replace someone's entire pre-retirement income. Unfortunately, there are a lot of Americans who are trying to survive on Social Security alone. Look out for numero uno. Set money aside during your peak earning years so that you stand a chance at retiring with financial security. Some older people are very stoic. Behind the scenes, though, I am sure some are very upset and concerned. They know life is going to get more difficult in the future because their Social Security benefits are not going to keep pace with the true cost of goods and services here in America. Note I mentioned the word services. Some elderly people can't get on a ladder anymore to paint the outside of their house, or replace windows, or make a roof repair. When you have to hire a contractor to provide these types of services, it is going to be expensive. I was recently talking to a guy who was telling me about a painter that he had used before who wanted approximately $5,000 to paint the interior of a 900 square foot property. The materials were only going to cost around $450, but the contractor wanted a lot of money for his services. If you have a decent-sized two-story house that needs exterior repainting, it is not going to be cheap, especially if wood or fiberboard siding needs to be repaired or replaced. I worry about what some retired people are going to do moving forward. Now, I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Inflation has started to cool," said Social Security Commissioner Martin O'Malley. These are the worst of times. Saying inflation is cooling is not something most would believe. Groceries are more expensive than ever. I would rather be honest and say that the cost of living adjustment increase is all the government can afford due to the overabundance of people collecting all forms of Social Security. There is too much SSD and SSI out there that needs to be addressed. The next commenter said, "How does an extra $50 a month help? Since Biden took office, my grocery bill went from $60 to $250, and fuel for my vehicle went from $40 to $65. According to my math, $50 doesn't help at all." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Everything I buy now is double in price and half the size it was 3 years ago. That's triple the price. Yet my income has only gone up by 13.5%, or $100 a month. When will our Social Security checks do that? Triple? So many living on the street now. If you only get $1,000 a month, how can anyone pay $1,200 a month for an apartment, or buy food, or afford a car?" Well, my friends, these commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about the small 2.5% cost of living adjustment in 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. This next article is timely, given the 2.5% cost of living adjustment forthcoming in 2025. I read this article on foxbusiness.com written by Eric Ravel, titled, Inflation Rises 2.4% in September, Above Expectations. According to the author, the Labor Department on Thursday said the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which is a broad measure of how much everyday goods like gasoline, groceries, and rent cost, rose 0.2% in September. This is from the month prior and was up 2.4% from a year ago. The author said the report came in slightly hotter than expected. The author went on to say, the so-called core prices include measurements of gasoline and food. Well, my friends, I'm not surprised the report came in slightly hotter than expected. There are some people who call the CPI the CP lie because they feel as though it doesn't accurately measure what is really happening in our economy. This may be one reason why so many commenters beneath the last article were so heated with their comments about how a 2.5% cost of living adjustment by Social Security in 2025 is not going to help them much. This is the reality that we all live in. In my opinion, people need to decide if they want to do something about their situation while there is still time, or if they want to potentially watch their standard of living erode over time. If I were in a situation where I was worried about Social Security not keeping pace with the true cost of living when I retire, I would be cutting out things in my life when I was younger. I would stop eating out, stop buying trendy clothes, stop taking expensive vacations, and have inexpensive staycations instead. I would get rid of streaming services, I would carpool to work to share fuel costs, and I would look for ways to buy healthy groceries that can be prepared at home. These are some ideas for what I would do. Then, I'd invest the money saved for the future so I wasn't as worried about Social Security. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. This next article may interest people who are thinking about buying or selling a home. I read this on yahoo.com, put out by Apartment Therapy, and written by Laura Walsh, titled, Zillow's latest announcement could shake up home buying. According to the author, Zillow will be rolling out a new feature that calculates a climate risk score from 1 to 10 for 5 factors, including flood, wildfire, wind, heat, and air quality. Here are my thoughts. This may be very helpful to buyers, but I could see this being a bad thing for some sellers. Their property could potentially become stigmatized by Zillow with a risk score, and we don't know how accurate this score is going to be. I've seen Zillow's Zestimate values that are crazy in the past. I saw instances where they were far too low or far too high because of a variety of factors that the Zillow system wasn't taking into consideration. That Zillow system isn't touring a property to look at the fact that all of the windows need to be replaced, or the roof, or the gutters, or the fact that the carpet is stained, or that all the wood floors are sun-faded and scratched up by pets. This is just an example, but you begin to understand that these types of digital features that are online are not always representative of the real picture. I'm curious, what do you think about this new Zillow feature? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.